Boy. Okay. Monday Night Raw, you cease to amaze me. I feel like it's been a very long weekend personally, and it just feels like a very long weekend. And this show, and honestly, I feel like I need to watch this show, depending how bad it was. I need something to kind of lift my spirits up right now. And to probably making fun of this, I'm not feeling best right now. I'm a little disappointed in some things. I'm not gonna say what, but I'm a little disappointed and bummed out on some stuff. But I'm gonna do this review to probably lift my spirits up. Monday Night Raw. Let's see. What are you gonna do tonight, huh? I can't say it's the first of the month right now. It's the second of the month, but December. Wow, hope y'all having a great Cyber Monday out there, by the way, also. It's a lot of orders to be filled, including my own orders. I got stuff to work on. But what do I got to say about this show tonight, huh? What do I have to say about Monday Night Raw? This fucking show. Yeah, I didn't Cyber Monday, though. What do I have to say about Monday Night Raw tonight? Nashville, Tennessee, huh? Nashville it was. And what do I have to say about this show, huh? Wow, we got a lot to cover. I swear these Raws become almost marathons half the time. I feel like I was watching this show forever for a 3-hour show. This felt long. I don't know why. This show just felt very, very long tonight. And where do I even kick it off, huh? Let's kick it off. Seth Rollins comes out. Oh, by the way, Samoa Joe is on commentary. Still no sign of Dio Matin, by the way. It's still Vic Joseph and Jerry Lawler, who's a heel again on this show, too. Let's not forget about that. But, yes, Samoa Joe was on commentary. And I will say one thing about Joe. He is enjoyable and fun to listen to throughout the entire night. So, hey, keep bringing Samoa Joe on commentary. I have no problem with that. He's gone. Until he gets better, Samoa Joe is very fun to listen to on commentary. But other than Samoa Joe, we had Seth Rollins come out. Seth Rollins pretty much had all black on. Well, I shouldn't. Let me go back and backtrack one thing I forgot about, especially the beginning of this show. We had Akam and Razor there, AOP. But yes, Akam and Razor, they pretty much showed up at the beginning of the show. They got out of this big SUV-like car. As Charlie Caruso asked them, what's the explanation for last week? Are you helping Seth Rollins or anything? Both of them, pretty much, they didn't speak English. They spoke in, I know Charlie Caruso said this. I think it was either Punjabi or Albanian, and she didn't understand what any of them were saying. And pretty much, do you have anything to say in English? Pretty much, they said, you look lovely tonight, and they walked away. But yes, Seth Rollins came in all black. He talked about what he said last week about the Raw roster. And yes, Raw sucked at Survivor Series, but he was a little too harsh. But he was coming from a good place, as he said, about Monday Night Raw. But he said, this just isn't my job. This is my life. The wrestlers are like my family in the back. As Rollins pretty much says, he felt like he was trying to motivate the locker room to bring the best out of all of them, which, they're just still teasing the heel turn with, Seth. Not full on heel, but still teasing him, but the fans are booing him at the same time, in a way. Rollins pretty much said he thought about it all week, and he thought he went overboard, and he wanted to apologize to everybody, apologize to the fans, the locker room, and Kevin Owens. And he called Kevin to come out for an apology. Kevin Owens came out then, and he said it smells like a rodeo when it comes to Nashville. And he said, you want to say to wrestlers and stuff, you're a family, right? And this apology and all this stuff, you're claiming this, but are the two closest members of your family happen to be AOP? I thought he was going to say the Shield for a minute, but we all know one of them don't work here anymore, and the other one is on SmackDown. Rollins pretty much went on to say that he had nothing to do with that attack. Owens says, I know that you're lying, and that smell I'm referring to is bullshit, basically. By the way, he said bullshit, and that it wasn't even bleeped out in the crowd. Didn't even pop for it that loudly when Kevin Owens said that. Because even I'm just kind of said apparently. So I guess apparently we can now say bullshit freely on Monday Night Raw, which I know a lot of other shows can say that now too. But I thought that'd be, or at least I thought they were gonna block it out like usual, just saying bullshit out loudly. But AOP ended up coming out. Then they start talking. They spoke in their native tongue. And then pretty much in English challenging Rollins and Owens to a match. Rollins says he was in, but Owens says, no. I know what's going to happen. 3 of these scenarios are going to end with me getting beat up in the end, okay? So how about we just skip to it and get over? Let's go. Come on, all of you. I'll take all y'all right now. I know where this is going to go. At least Kevin Owens is smart enough not to just tag with Owens, so this betrayal can happen. Like, I know what's going to happen. It's going to be 3 scenarios in this. It's going to be getting my ass kicked. So why don't we just do it right now? But Rollins pretty much, he says, all right, you're on your own then. Pretty much Seth left, and he waited for the AOP to come down there. Owens pretty much said, Rollins is gone, but I'll take a piece of y'all. But AOP was going to head to the ring, but then they left. But then Kevin Owens pretty much went out to say, this is Nashville. I'm looking for a fight. And he says, come on, open challenge, anything. And then they just show Lashley and, Lana walking towards the stage, which they assumed it's going to be them. We don't know because we don't know if they accepted the challenge, but I guess they did. Kevin Owens was still in the ring until Lana came out. Kevin Owens just looked like he had a shred of despair on his face and disappointment. Just like, oh, God, why am I doing this? And as Lana pretty much... Lana came out. She says she didn't want to make it about her, but it was all about her. Owen says no one cares. Lana pretty much says you're done talking, but Owen says, listen, we need you to talk, okay? What could you possibly say that's going to make our lives better? Lana said, I got another restraining order on Rusev, so is it going to be a restraining order every week in every city you go to from Rusev? Is that the thing? Lana pretty much said that Rusev is a dangerous society and should be in jail. And that, she pretty much went on to say that Lashley is the only man she's ever been with in her entire life. But what? So, what about Rusev? The only person? How long you been fucking this guy again? The only person you've ever been with your whole life? What? Doesn't make sense. But Owens pretty much went on to say that, no one doesn't want to hear you. I've never seen someone say so much but haven't said anything. You're repulsive on the inside and stuff. But next thing you know, Lashley came out, and I guess they had these 2, plainclothes cops out there watching at ringside for Rusev. The match was okay. It pretty much went on for a minute. It ended up with AOP coming out to attack Kevin Owens then, and they beat him up. They dragged him off. They actually dragged Kevin Owens off into the back, and we never saw him again after that throughout the night. We never heard through his story again, because we probably went back to Seth later on, but other than Owens, he was dragged away somewhere, and we never saw him again throughout this entire show after that. But then next thing you know, Bobby Lashley and Lana was still in the ring then, pretty much talking about the whole restraining order, and she's tired of everybody booing them, but Rusev ended up jumping the crowd again. He ended up super kicking Lashley, and pretty much as he was getting beat up in the ring, Lana's telling him to go away, and Rusev ended up going away, but the cops were still there as Lashley went on and says, what the hell are y'all doing? You had one job. Why didn't you do anything about it? So they have these 2... One guy looked like Commissioner Gordon. He looked like Jim Gordon from Batman. And I don't know who his partner was, but I saw someone online said, name that duo. I called them Gordon and Bullock. That's who they are. They're Commissioner Gordon and Harvey Bullock out there. And one of them said that, he was a fan, but we do things differently in Tennessee. Lashley pretty much basically ended up shoving the cop by walking past them. The cop grabbed them and he arrested him then. Lana slapped the other cop, and then she got arrested with, assaulting officer or whatnot. And pretty much they took them to the back and put them into the car and left. And for some reason, they have the Street Profits and R-Truth looking on. My friend said this tonight. Is it because they're black? Yeah, I was kind of thinking that myself, because it's like, why are they there? What do they have to do with this whole story? I'm like, I don't have no idea why they have, the Street Profits and R-Truth just standing there, panning the camera to him, by the way, also, as soon as the car rolled off with them. I will say this for this segment. I know a lot of people don't care about it and they're sick about it, but the live crowd did eat it up and they did enjoy it, okay? They actually chanted for Rusev and was on his side and cheered for him, so it must have did something for the crowd if it got them to pop off and get for the people to care about, though, despite how bad this story is, because it's like, a lot of people said these guys even look like cops, or they do look like mall cops. I have no idea who they were, but they just, I said one was Gordon and one was Bullock, so they just took them off. But yeah, the people did enjoy that segment, though. In the crowd, I would say, I don't know about everybody at home, but it seemed that the live crowd enjoyed it. Drew McIntyre when he gets Akira Tozawa, you know, pretty much trying to do short jokes against Tozawa out there, pretty much trying to get him to his height. I will say this, Tozawa get thrown like a fucking rag doll out there, especially from that belly to belly. And, you know, Tozawa kept coming back with that belly to belly, and then that Claymore kick, which looked like it could almost like kick Tozawa's whole head off, looked deadly out there. But then McIntyre got on the mic and he says, you know, the problem today is someone tries to go do, you know, mess with someone. They go to social media and whine about it. Well, the problem is they act all cryptic on the internet, and that's Randy Orton there. And pretty much called him out to the ring. Let's do this. McIntyre was still after the commercial break. He says, you know, Orton is in the building, and pretty much talked about that clip from the, you know, chopping on his chest last week, and, you know, the whole thumb to the eye. McIntyre said that's just stupid. Randy Orton came out to the ring. Drew asked him how's his chest doing, if he hear the voice in the head. Orton pretty much said, is this what you wanted me for? He decided to leave, but McIntyre says, do not disrespect them. And he talked about Orton, you walk around like you own the place and you have respect for nothing about the rules. McIntyre pretty much says, look at me while I talk. And he says, listen, you've been a 13-time champion, future Hall of Famer, but that doesn't give you the right to talk to him like a child. McIntyre pretty much told, you know, Orton, you were one of the most ferocious men in WWE, but now I am the most ferocious man in WWE. McIntyre pretty much says, I'm bigger, I'm stronger than you, and that's why I'm, you know, the ferocious man in WWE. He said that Orton is the past and that he is the future. Orton looked on, which I like his facial expressions, by the way, looked funny. Pretty much said that, he said, you know, the problem wasn't McIntyre reality problem. Orton pretty much says that I do anything what I want because I earn to get what I want. Orton pretty much said, McIntyre, you haven't learned a damn thing. And he said, you know, he and McIntyre are cool as far as we're concerned. But if you want to have a problem, why don't you, you know, call me out spot on then? Next thing you know, the OC came out as AJ Styles pretty much said, Randy Orton and, you know, Gallows and Anderson saw him Uncle Allen, saying that, you know, you're the reason why AJ lost the U.S. title, and he's not okay, and Orton's going to pay for this. But McIntyre says, listen, I believe now this is an OC and an Orton problem, so I'm just going to leave. So he ended up leaving. OC surrounded the ring. Pretty much they attacked Orton. Ricochet came out, tried to hit the save. That didn't work. Humberto Carlo and his new music, by the way, came out, sounded a little bit more upbeat. Did not work. And then they sent Rey Mysterio out there, pretty much taking him out as the faces still stood in the ring. Pretty much then right after, you know, Orton told all three of them, like, listen, I appreciate the help, but I do not need your help, okay? So there you go from that. I'm tired there, but yeah, that's how that's gonna work. Pretty much basically going on after that, then we had Aleister Black versus Tony Nese, who was already in the ring, which actually wasn't a bad match, to be honest. This was pretty good, other than, you know, I'm sure people are going to talk about that moonsault, you know, Tony Nese did. I don't know if Aleister was too late to lift up his legs, but you can hear him say, oh shit. And, you know, he didn't hit him like a combination in before he hit him with the black mass, so at least Tony Nese survived a little bit long in the ring. It wasn't a basic squash match, it was something, but still a squash match in a way. Also, Buddy Murphy was in the back watching. Basically said, you know, Aleister wants to say all this, and he said, I'm going to calm him down. He says he's a hothead, so at least they are still building that much into something. That match into something, so we'll see what happens from that. Mm. Yeah, basically from that. But yeah, Andrade Cien Almaston went against Eric Young. Showtime Eric Young. Surprised we saw him get some offense in this match too. This was actually just another basic showcase win for Almas out there that hopefully leads into something pretty soon. But he's just been racking up wins throughout the few weeks now against just random people. And now it's against Eric Young. At least Eric Young got some offense in. But Almas still hit the Hammerlock DDT for the win. I forget Eric Young is there, to be honest, because there's not really a sanity. I don't know what he does. Honestly, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't mind if he was Showtime Eric Young again, or I don't know, man. It was more entertaining when he was that, or just whatever he did in TNA was pretty funny too at the time also. But as Almas won the match, of course, R-Truth and the usual suspects chase after him. He hit by some NASCAR drivers that were in the front row, and they end up passing Truth and them, and he thanked them, but pretty much, what was his name, Waltrip out there, he took off his jacket. He was somehow an official referee, and then it's Kyle, Bush, or I think his name was, or something, ended up pinning Truth and winning the 24/7 title. So yes, NASCAR drivers are now the 24/7 champion. I don't know how Truth's going to get it back, but we'll see where it goes from that. Some people say they could have drove off in a car. That's probably where they headed to. But yes, NASCAR drivers have now won the 24/7 title. I don't know where this is going at this point, but we shall see. Street Profits selling merch in the back. No Way Jose walks by. Seth Rollins walking backstage, pretty much about to leave as they, Caruso there said, you talk about the backstage with your family, but why didn't you help Kevin Owens? Ron said, I offered my help, but he didn't want it, okay? And Caruso said, they said, we didn't want to know about the sincerity of his apology. And he says, I don't have to explain this, okay? Y'all want to call me the bad guy, either way, either that. That's why he's showing up on that backstage show tomorrow, and that no one has the guts to be the locker room leader like he does. So there you go on that. Like I said before, still being a heel out there. Seth, I guess he's still trying to turn on him. Eric Young versus No Way Jose. Why is this the fucking match? I don't know. Eric Rowan wins. He beats up half the freaking Rosebud guys. They try to open his cage. I still think there's a ferret inside of that. So who gives a shit, personally? Who really does? Charlotte came out, get ready from a handicap match against the Kabuki Warriors, which they interviewed both Asuka and Kairi. They basically both spoke in Japanese. The only word I could really hear from him said, we beat you, and that was pretty much it. Before they began this tag team match with Charlotte. But basically it's this match. I actually enjoyed this match. This was pretty good. This was not a bad match. Here's the thing. Was it pretty long? Yeah, well, I wouldn't say long, 16 minutes, but I actually enjoyed this match. It wasn't bad, but here's the thing. Why is Charlotte taking the tag team champions to the freaking limit out there? Okay, I think they may have this a little bit reversed, but Charlotte was basically made to look super strong out there. That's all I can really say. She looked hella strong out there going against these people, and I don't know, I guess they were just making sure of it and everything. But yes, Asuka and Kairi, they did win the match after, Charlotte put in the figure 8 and Kairi at the insane elbow. But the fact that it took him this long with this many kickouts tells you something, because they didn't want to tag no one else with Charlotte right now, because I don't think they have anybody. And they basically made Charlotte look like a god by just taking on both Asuka and Kairi at the same time at several points, taking them down. So I'm sure a lot of people were mad about that in one way too. But yeah, Charlotte was basically made to look like a giant out here. Just to basically look super strong to go against Asuka and Kairi. Like I said, she ended up losing, but they made those two look strong. Like super duper strong out there, alright? But yeah, Asuka and Kairi get the win. Like I said, it's a lot you can really think from that. But in my opinion, no, yes. You already got money and everything. Not money, but basically though, excuse me. Basically though, yeah, Charlotte took them to the limit. That's all I can really say from that. But sorry to lose train of thought right here if I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I don't know. Good match and everything, but still, should have taken Asuka and Kairi that long just to beat Charlotte in that most amount of time, because basically Charlotte looked freaking strong out there, taking both of these women down and taking them to the freaking limit right there. Next thing you know, they asked Charlotte what she regretted. She said no. War Raiders, they go against more job guys. I don't give a shit. Moving on. Mark Sterling and Mitchell Lyons. Who gives a shit? Why are they still facing enhancement talent? They were facing a regular tag team like the week before or two, but enhancement again, huh? That's basically what they go against, is enhancement talent most of the time. Ricochet pretty much hyped Rey Mysterio and Carlo up with their superhero thing. I like how Gallo says, like, that's basically what he is now. It's this superhero thing they must mention every time on commentary. Is superhero this, superhero that. So that's what they gotta mention, is superhero. But other than him doing this whole little superhero thing and stuff, the match pretty much been, again, 8-man tag, 6-man tag. Not a bad match, I'll say that. But yeah, other than the superhero thing and stuff, it's like, you know, I always say think about Ricochet. I always kind of came up with this song too. It's like that song with what Lil Romeo about the Static Shot theme song. It goes superhero Static Shot, woo woo. Now it's gonna be superhero Ricochet, fly fly. Superhero Ricochet, fly fly. Superhero Ricochet, woo woo. So that's kind of how the song would go. Basically though, this match, OC versus Ricochet, Humberto, and Rey Mysterio. I feel like I've seen this a lot of times in these 6-man tag. It wasn't a bad 6-man, and it ate up time and stuff. Once again, Ricochet takes the freaking pin out there, though. Styles clash from off the top ropes by AJ Styles. AJ continues to pretty much look super strong, beating up most of these opponents they give him in a lopsided fashion. And then next thing you know, they send Randy Orton out there to RKO him and then pose to end of the show. So where does this go? I have no idea where this is going, okay? But I'm sure something is happening from this, I'm going to guess. But yeah, we'll see what happens during that time. I guess we should say that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we pretty much reached the end, other than, you know, the RKO at the end and stuff. So Raw, you can take how you want to take it or not. Was it bad? Was it good? Was it downright boring that you kept falling asleep for almost several hours? You need something to hype up? Trust me, I've been through the same thing too. Feel free to tell, because Raw, I do not know most of the time, alright? I just don't know. But yeah, that's all I can really take from this entire show of Raw. Depending on how you think it was bad or good, but still was a lot of bad. I even started laughing at it myself. That was hilarious and everything. And I'm feeling a little bit tired right now, but I did find it was hilarious several times throughout most of the show. But other than that, this was still not a good show in general. Honestly, I need a few laughs from this show tonight, other than because either due to tiredness or just a lot of bad stuff going on. Too many disappointing things. Like, I'm not going to speak on it about that. But yeah, that's what I would say about this show, Monday Night Raw tonight. Thank God it's only free shipping from this, though, I should say. But yeah, that's what I can really take from this. Why they pushing Humberto, I don't know. Ricochet takes a lot of L's. I'm still not digging this whole superhero thing, but maybe the match of champions next, though. I'm not even sure, but we'll see what happens on NXT Wednesday, possibly. But other than that, I'm kind of rambling on. I'm done with this Monday Night Raw review. What does happen next from this, I do not know, but still a lot of bullshit most likely on this week for whatever shows tomorrow. Or on Friday on SmackDown. You haven't seen that yet, too, so please check out any review, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you thought about any of those shows, alright? I will say that. Other than that, though, Monday Night Raw, you can take what you want, judge it if you thought it was crap, nat. That's all I can really take from this, alright? That's all I really know. But other than that, I am done with this Monday Night Raw review. Peace out, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later out. Because I think I've already talked about what I've talked about. Charlotte just skin animals, just get food. I don't know. It's a lot to speak on that. But other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.